It's been a long time since you've seen this one. Obviously, it's no longer in my room because I did some decluttering, some moving around. So let me show you what's in here. Everything in this organizer is everything I'm either throwing away or giving away. And then everything in my room, which I'll show you at the end, is everything I am keeping for now. Before we start though, I want to show you Luna because she looks really cute. Look at her. Oh, look at my baby. Love her. Okay, so here is my old makeup organizer. Since I've been gone, my parents have done some changes, such as getting me a vanity and moving my makeup shelf and stuff around. So I think we could start with the drawers and then I'll show you what's in the top shelf. And then here we have a whole bunch of things I've never touched. So we have a whole bunch of like Carmex and chapsticks, and obviously I use a lot more like lipstick and lip gloss, so those are being thrown out. We also have this little lip gloss, which is called Beauty for Real. I don't remember what brand this was, but this is also being thrown out. I have a Bts lip gloss, lip stain, I'm throwing out. One of those other artistry lip glosses, and then we have this lip stain from Elf, and I'm also throwing that out, and a whole bunch of like pencil eyeliners because I kind of hate pencil eyeliner now, and my H2O waterproof eyeliner from Wet n Wild, which I used to use so much, but these are getting all tossed away. I've had them for a really long time. The only one I really used in this collection was definitely the Birds and Bees and the H2O waterproof by Wet n Wild eyeliner. Alright, so this next shelf used to hold a lot of my makeup brushes. The only one that's still here right now is just this one that I think I got from either Wet n Wild or Elf. I just don't really use it because I have better quality ones from BH Cosmetics in my collection, so we're just gonna throw that out or give it to my aunt because she's been wanting some more brushes. I have a whole bunch of like Bite Beauty kind of like lip testers and stuff like that. Never used them, so I'm just gonna throw this one out, and then these are kind of just some watches, one that doesn't work, and then some bracelets and stuff. Here we get into like the palettes, so let me take these out and I'll explain why and what I'm giving away. So the first thing here is my Digital Future palette. I liked the scheme of this. The colors were really beautiful. The palette is super cool, but my issue with this palette is just kind of like, it doesn't fit for someone of my complexion. It doesn't show up that much, and I have so many palettes already, so I thought maybe this would be better to just give to someone who would wear this a little bit more and might have a better complexion to fit with it. Next, we have a not surprising New View palette, and this one is the Cashmere Palette. I am able to make this work if I use an eyeshadow base, so if you are someone of a darker skin tone than me, you want to use something like this. An eyeshadow base does help. It doesn't remedy all the issues, but I think this one I'm just going to end up giving away as well. I'm giving away almost all of these eyeshadow palettes because most of them I have gotten within like 2020, 2021, 2019, and I'm a very long time user of eyeshadows, so sorry for those of you who are like, please don't keep using these. And then here is my Tropical Glow palette. Again, this isn't my favorite brand. I don't really love these eyeshadow palettes. I do think, again, if you get an eyeshadow base, these do show up a little bit better, and I did end up using this a lot more than I thought I would, and I actually do believe I have one that I'm keeping, but I also don't know where it is, so that's why I'm keeping it for right now. But the Tropical Glow is another one I will be giving away. I believe this was just like not good for me. So Zodiac Palette. So I have been this person who likes a collection, and I had this weird goal to collect all the Zodiac minis, and I did not do that. I collected about 3 or 4, and then I stopped collecting. So this one is the Pisces palette. It's very green. It's just not my color palette. I mainly use light colors like yellows and pinks and reds and nudes, so this was just not for me. So I hope someone who likes to experiment more with greens may like this palette more than me, but that's really just why I'm giving it away. And then the Capricorn palette. This one's more nudes and browns. I'm also giving this one away. I know I said I like nudes and browns, but as someone of color, this just doesn't do much. It helps if you're looking for something to blend a more like colorful shadow into, if you're like someone who likes to have a buildable eyeshadow base that's close to your complexion. If you're a person of color, then I do think that this could be beneficial, but I just think that for me, since I own so many palettes, I just don't need this many in my collection when I can just have a brown in one of my larger eyeshadow palettes. And next we have the Mirage palette. This was a Christmas gift I got last year. I did try to use it. Again, just like every other pressed pigment palette from Color Story, it just needs an eyeshadow base if you really want to make it work. But again, I have so many eyeshadow palettes from so many brands that I don't need to use an eyeshadow base for, and I use them a lot more, and this is just something I don't reach for in my collection. And so I just think it is time to say goodbye, so I'm just going to give it away. And now we do have one non-eyeshadow palette, which is our Blacklight Highlight Color Palette. So I got this as my first ever makeup highlight product in my first ever BH Cosmetics haul. I was super excited because I never had any sort of makeup before I got this brand, and I just don't use it. I only, like literally only use colors of highlight that are close to my complexion because I don't like the unnatural highlight colors. I tried, I played with them, they're just not for me, but they're probably gonna be for someone, I hope. So I'm going to also be giving these away. I'm giving these all to people that I work with personally in Haiti, just because I feel like I want to give it to someone who would use it, as well as some people who may not have the ability to just go and get brands like this, like Etsy brands and BH Cosmetics and things like that. And since I work so closely with so many, well, 2 orphanages, and I'm working on my foundation, papers are going to be signed really soon. I'm super excited about that. I thought it'd be nice to just give this to them as a thank you, along with obviously some other gifts. Got them some clothes and stuff like that. So let's go to the top of my vanity, my old makeup organizer vanity to be specific, to show you what else I'm throwing away and or giving away. There's a lot of fur on it because obviously my cats like to sit on top of this now that I don't use it and it's not open all the time. But opening it up, we have just kind of like a few things. It's a mess in here. Please ignore the nastiness that is this organizer now. I really don't use it anymore, so it's kind of just been whatever goes in here, unfortunately. Throwing away my favorite palette. This was my first eyeshadow palette, and this is the Hard Candy palette. I will link this down below because I think for beginners, all that rose gold palette is probably so good. It's pigmented, the colors are beautiful, it gives you a nice neutral but colorful palette, especially if you're someone who likes pinks and golds. When I first started makeup, use this all the time. Even when I started getting my super expensive like Morphe and BH and all that jazz, I still used this so much, but I think it's time to throw it away. I've had it since like 2017, 2018. I have not used it at all in 2021, obviously. I tried looking to see if it worked in 2020. It did not, and I think it's just time to say goodbye to my makeup roots. But again, I loved this palette, and I think for any makeup beginner, it's so pigmented, it's so good. I really love this palette. Next is this Wet n Wild Frost kind of lip gloss color. It just didn't look good on me, and I have this really bad issue where I can't find a good shade of lip color ever. Like, all my lip shades are this shade of pink, and that does not suit my skin tone that well, and I just think this one suits it the least, especially with how luminescent it is, and I just don't like it, so I'm just gonna throw this one out. So here is this kind of e.l.f. bronzer, and I remember this was my first ever attempt at bronzer highlight. It was too much of a highlighter to be a bronzer, but also not the best highlighter. I've had this for so long, and I just think that I don't use it, so why is it still here? So I'm just gonna throw it out. I don't really love this one at all. Maybe it might work for someone else in this shade, but it just wasn't for me. So I think it's time to say goodbye to this one. Here is my first favorite eyeshadow foundation stick. I love foundation sticks. I know a lot of people hate them, but they work really well for me and I really like them. But this one again was my first, and I've never been able to find this brand's eyeshadow foundation stick, sorry, not eyeshadow, ever again. And I just think since I'm not able to find it, I might as well just give up searching. I'm using a new one right now that I really like, so I'm just gonna throw this one out. But this one and I go a long way. Literally used it to the brim. There's like nothing in there. It's literally time to say goodbye to it. There's no point in me being sad about it. And then here are also something I'm saying goodbye to. Obviously this pencil is kind of not existent anymore. I use this on my brows, I use this for my eyeliner, I use this for a lot of things. I don't even think this was like a name brand. I think this came in like one of those kit Christmas boxes you get as a child. Oh my gosh, it's CoverGirl, sorry. But I use this a lot. Obviously it's really short now and everything, and I just think it's time to also give it away. This was one of my first eyeshadow like mascara eyeliner type of things, so it's also super old, so it's time to just also be said goodbye to. This, oh my gosh, this was a brow pencil sort of thing, but it was felt tip, and my brows were so big with this. They were so blocky. It's a Physician Formula one. I liked it. I feel like if I knew how to better do like maybe pencil strokes maybe, but it was a thick tip. Like it was a thick tip, and I just don't use it. So I just think since I don't use it, also it doesn't want to get focused on. There it is. I'm just going to throw it out as well. It's lived its life, but it's kind of time to say goodbye. So goodbye. And then last but not least is this little kind of lip pencil liner thing that I had. I forget where this is from. I think, oh, right here. This is a Revlon. This is so red. This is like very much Selena Gomez red lipstick kind of color red. I feel like Selena Gomez wears a lot of red lipsticks that remind me of this, and I was a really big Selena Gomez fan, so I'm not surprised I went for this really big shade of red. I also felt that red was really popular at the time, and I feel like I was trying to fit that trend, but reds, I'm scared of reds. I don't look horrible in reds, I just am kind of scared of them. So I'm just gonna throw this away because I'm not gonna use it, and also I don't feel like giving someone a lip product that's kind of gross. So I have too many eyeshadow palettes, so they don't all fit in my little DIY eyeshadow palette folder transformation thing. So right now I have my Dominique Cosmetics Rustic palette. I have my Stellar Collision palette that my friend gave me for Christmas. I have my SpongeBob palette here. I do still have the James Charles X Morphe palette. I know a lot of people hate it. I'm sorry. I'm just really broke and I can't throw it away. I've literally just gone to the point of I've started ordering so many K-pop stickers that I'm probably just gonna cover his name with K-pop stickers on it and use the eyeshadow because I do like the eyeshadow. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Like, I know a lot of people are gonna get mad about that. And then I do have the Patricia Bright Makeup Revolution palette. I love that one. And then I still have my OG Zodiac palette because I do like it, but I like it more for like highlight, accentuating colors, and not really like a full look. And then here is kind of like my makeup organizer. I did clean my brushes recently and stuff, but obviously they're still a little bit stained, so I might have to do another pass at them, but trust me, they were significantly dirty when I got home, and I wanted to record a video doing it, but I completely forgot because I have way too many brushes to be recording that. It took me like a solid like hour to clean all of this. But yeah, I also have a handheld mirror and a lot of brushes, which is really good because I need that in my life. Just gonna put that back in there. Little cute cappuccino mug that I got from my mom. And then here I have kind of like my concealers. This is my favorite concealer. BH Cosmetics, love it. It's so good. It works out as a foundation. I have my eyeliners here. I particularly love the Beauty Bakery one. I also love the Rare Beauty one, but I don't know where mine is. So I am getting a new one because I live for that eyeliner. And then I also just have a whole bunch of other like NYX. Oh, love the NYX one, especially if you're looking for something affordable. Elf, this is my go-to brow pencil. I'm horrible at brows, so I just stick with what's inexpensive and what I can use to at least have decent brows. And then here I have another like brow pencil. This is a liner, but I hate it as a liner because it's way too thick, so I use it as brow pencil to fill in my brows sometimes. And we just have some miscellaneous ones that I don't really use, but I put them here just in case I lose some of my favorites or run out of my favorites and can't run to the store immediately. And here we have our lip products, and this is a highlight. I also don't use it that much, but I still keep it just in case, never know. And I just have kind of like lip gloss, lip plumpers, lip liners, and here a little Tarte like tester size one. So these are kind of like my little makeup holders that I have because I have way too much makeup. And then these are my palettes that can't fit into my organizer. So we have this BH Cosmetics Drop Dead gorgeous one. I fully love this. The colors are so pigmented. There is not a mirror in it, which is why I need a mirror when I use this one, but I really like it. My favorite palette ever is the Roxxsaurus one. I love this one. I don't really watch her anymore. She's just kind of, I've kind of outgrown this kind of personality on YouTube, but I still really love her eyeshadow. So highly recommend. It's now sold at Target. Buy yourself one. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It is stunning. And then we have the Saharan one by Juvia's Place. I don't use this one that much, obviously, because I really stick to my basics, but when I want to kind of use a little bit of a darker palette but still have colors that I like, I always use my Juvia's one. Next, I have two highlighters. I love the Juvia's one. So pretty. It looks so good. Such a good highlight. And my trio, my favorite one is the Laura Geller Dripping Gold. I use this every day. Literally my go-to. First thing I reach for. I love this one. It's sold at Kohl's because it's a drugstore one. So I highly recommend that one, especially if you're on a budget. I love this. It's so beautiful. Love the colors. Love everything about it. Next is kind of my little desky organizer of makeup. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. I know. There's a lot here, and I'm keeping them. So obviously, let's just get through this. First is my NYX Eyeshadow Base. I bought this when I did my least favorite eyeshadows kind of video, and someone was like, hey, like, why don't you try like an eyeshadow base? Maybe that can help the eyeshadows you don't like. Obviously, a lot of them I'm still getting rid of them because I just don't like them. But I do like the eyeshadow base, and it does help to have. So I'm really happy to have this, and it's from NYX, so super affordable. And then we have this. I don't love it, okay? It doesn't show up that well, but if I'm going for a natural look, or if I'm helping my mom with makeup and she wants to do a little something, she doesn't get the highlight trend, she doesn't understand why people use highlighter in general, love her, but I always use this if I help her do something with highlight, just because this barely shows up. It takes a lot of work to build it up, and I got it literally, I think, on sale or something. Yeah, literally. At a department store, so like it wasn't expensive, so it exists. It's fine. This is kind of my go-to trio for travel. It's the Beauty Bakery Brownie Bar Palette. It has eyeshadow, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It has a blush, it has a bronzer, and it has a highlighter. Obviously the highlighter has been really chipped at, not by me, but by my little cousin. She's 2. And she did that to it. It's fine. But I really love the brownie part. It's so pretty. It looks really nice. I can't contour, but when I pretend to know how to contour, I do use this palette, and I really love it. So I highly recommend the brownie bar as well. This contour palette. is the first ever actual contour palette I ever got, and I don't know how to use it. I tried it once and I didn't think it worked and I didn't like it on me, so I never use it again, but it's still here. For now. If I get another palette that I like better, I may end up giving this one away as well, but for the meantime, since it is here, it'll stay here. There's a lot here. There's a lot. I know. Okay, so let's just kind of get through all of it real quick. So the first 2 rows of this are lips, and then the back 2 rows over here, these are kind of the ones that I just put on display because some of them looked pretty, and the Rare Beauty one I use so much, so it has to be here. Also, I love Selena Gomez, I love Rare Beauty, all the products are amazing. So Rare Beauty front and center, and then I have this one. I don't really use it, but it's really cute. The applicator is really cute. It's by Kaja, so I left it up here. This is a color. It's supposed to be changing colors when you put it on your lips. I've never tried it. It's still packaged. It's going to be in an upcoming video, but I got this at Five Below, and then I have another lips color right here, another Wet n Wild one, but this one's not as luminescent as the one that I'm giving away. Not throwing away. So I thought might as well just kind of put it on display because the cute little lips on there. Then I have like an imitation Kylie lip kit sort of lip brand. You can see by like the top of it, it's called Lip Brulee. I don't really like it that much, but I do have it. This is from the Beauty Crop. If you saw my review, I don't really like the Beauty Crop, but it's a cute packaging, so I have it in my collection. And now another thing I use a lot, which is this NYX Butter Gloss. If you have not tried NYX Butter Gloss, highly recommend. It is my favorite. I truly love it. Please try it. Like, absolutely, please try this. It's so hard putting these back while looking on a camera because I have no idea where my hands are. And then these are just a whole bunch of mascara. The ones I'm currently using a lot right now are the back row. So this one right here, which is a Mega Protein from, I believe, Wet n Wild. I love big lashes, and I don't wear fake lashes, so I always use that. And then I have another one that I use, which is the Mega Lash, the Great Big Lash by Maybelline. I use this so much. I love this one as well. And then we also just, I believe, have a Mega Lengthening one as well. Very important. My favorite one that I used to use a lot, though, is this one, which is a sample. If we could focus on it, I'd really appreciate it. It's another Maybelline one. It's the Sensational Lash. Truly recommend. So beautiful, looks amazing, truly 10 out of 10. Next is right here is these two. Yeah, I'll just pull them both out. So this one is from Addictive Cosmetics, natural, organic, vegan friendly. This is an Etsy brand. I don't know if they're still selling on Etsy because obviously the pandemonium happened, but I really liked this. It darkened my lashes. My lashes looked great with this. It was so beautiful, so easy to use. I really like this one. I did also review this one. I didn't like the palettes in the video, but I didn't use the palettes from this brand, so you know, maybe this might be better for me. And then I have e.l.f. Again, this one exists. This is kind of like a, oh my gosh, I'm out of all of my eyeliner and I need something to use. I will use this one, but it's definitely not something I rave about or like go running for to use, but it exists. It's in the collection. I just don't use it that much. Okay, so now we have our very last lip product, and this one is from Bite Beauty. This was one of my very first ones, literally my very first makeup video, and whew, girl, I did not know how to do eyeliner. I did not know how to do my lips. I looked a mess. That video is now unlisted. If you find it, wow, you really looked for it because I looked horrible, but it was my first ever like eyeshadow makeup like collection ever, and I still have it. I know that's kind of gross for some people. I still have it. I barely use it anymore because I have so many that I can use, but it's here, and it had to be kind of in the stand because, you know, I'm very much like showy collector, I guess. And so now let's get into our foundation, our primer, all that. So we still have this Artistry lip gloss just because I really like the way they made this. There's a light in it. Again, it's from an MLM. I don't think they exist anymore anyway, but like, don't buy from MLMs. So that's that on that. Let's actually look at this. So obviously I've used this one to death, And this one is my Watermelon Illuminating Primer. I believe I got this in an Ipsy haul that is also probably in an unlisted old makeup video too. But this is a daytime facial oil. I truly love this. I stand this. Now this though, this is my tried and true, amazing, I love you, my favorite primer ever. I first had this in a little like tester and I used that to death. I was so scared to finish it and I was like, why are you scared to finish it? And I went to the store and I got a full size bottle of their primer, the hard candy primer. Honestly, if you're a beginner. So let's continue past that into these products. Here we have my L'Oreal like full wear, and this is a concealer that I sometimes use as a foundation if I don't have any. It looks really good on me, it matches my skin tone. It's really thick, I will say, so just keep that in mind if you want this for yourself. And then this, I didn't buy this, but this is an extra like lip gloss that I won from entering so many of the BH Cosmetics Instagram giveaways, and I'm just happy I've ever won something because I enter way too many of those. And then here, okay, I understand the Shape Tape craze now. I got this Shape Tape and I think it changed my life. When I did my face with this concealer, I live for this concealer. This is undoubtedly my favorite concealer. I lost it for a few days and I literally was like, where did it go? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost it. I freaked out. 10 out of 10, highly recommend, do love it. Juvia's Place, this is my current foundation stick. Again, I truly love this. It's just so good with my complexion. I use it all the time. I know people don't like foundation sticks, but I really like it, and it's pretty much the only thing I use on my face to do my foundation, besides obviously sometimes my concealers if I'm really in a pinch. But I love the Juvia's Place foundation, and this is my shade if it would focus on it. There's a hair on it, ignore that, thank you. And then this is my least favorite primer, but it was my most expensive one, so let's move it over here. And this is my kind of ode to BTS, you could say. So this is my Bts Stay Primer. It is just way too luminescent for my skin. It lightens my skin. It feels like really weird. It's quick drying. It's just not the best for someone of my complexion, as well as someone who probably has dry skin. It just doesn't, it just doesn't work like as well. I highly prefer my primer over here from Hard Candy, as well as my like oil facial oil one illuminating primer that I got in my Ipsy box. I do need to get another one because honestly love this one is my favorite like kind of day facial oil. And I guess the very last thing I have here is my Mario Badescu spray. When I finish my face, I spray it. I know it is basically a placebo, but I like it and I will continue to use it. And I did want to show these mini eyeshadow palettes I have. So I kept the New View palette that had all the sparkles because I had a lot of sparkles and I thought it was cute to keep, so I kept this one. I then also have a Ornate palette from ColourPop. I love this palette. It is such a good travel palette. It's so expensive if you're someone who's really just like can't afford eyeshadow palettes and you want more colors for the same price. It's like $14, by the way. It's so expensive when you compare it if you're on like a budget, but it's so pretty. It's so nice to travel with. Dark colors, works on someone of my complexion, which apparently is rare for ColourPop. I did not know. I never try their lighter color palettes because I'm scared of that for many brands, but I love this one. This one I haven't tried yet. This will be an upcoming video with the Blossom kind of lip color. I have so much makeup I'm adding to the collection now that I've decluttered some things, but this one is a Strawberry Shake. I am so basic. I own over 50 shades of pink eyeshadow, and I went on ColourPop, and instead of buying anything else, of course I bought another pink palette. But I'm super excited to try this out, so you will be seeing a video with this one. Now let's kind of like look into what else I use on my face. So I do have a little drawer right here which has like my favorite highlight. This was my favorite one I got. This was in an Ipsy unboxing. This was the first highlighter that I got in my Ipsy collection, and I lived for it. I love this thing. It is so beautiful. It looks so nice on my complexion. I've used it to bits, and I'm going to continue to use it to bits because I love the Colored Rain highlighter. Next are just 2 samples that I got from Addictive Cosmetics. I also really like these. The highlight's not really for me because I don't really enjoy this, no offense, but I do really like this mini little like mascara liner thing. It is really dark and pigmented, and it looks really good on me. I also have these 2 kind of lip colors from Addictive Cosmetics. I wish I could find little lipstick tubes to put them in because these samples are so good, like so good that I will actually be buying a full size if the store still exists, because like, ooh, these colors look good on me and they feel nice and they're long lasting. Love them. Next is probably the most pigmented blush I've ever used, which is a Colored Rain Black Radiance blush. It is literally the pigmentation of an eyeshadow. You need less than 1 dip. You need to dip, tap your brush down, and then apply it because it is so pigmented. The first time I used it, I felt like an anime character, hence why I did an anime inspired like cheek heart moment, because this is so pigmented. This right here, friends, if you are on a budget, NYX, I love this blush. It is buildable, but it is also beautiful, and that I love this. I love the NYX blush. I highly recommend it, especially for someone who doesn't like shimmery. You like a matte, nice, natural like beautiful blush like this. I live for it. I absolutely live for it, and I highly recommend it. And then down in the base of my little makeup organizer, so these are my eye gems. If you were here during kind of like the start of my makeup obsession, you would know that I lived for eye gems. I used so many, look at this, so many eye gems in the start of my YouTube career. I kind of lived for them. They were amazing. They were beautiful. I loved eye gems, and I just want to make a quick shout out to them. I got these on Amazon, but like so many brands sell them now, so I'm pretty sure you can find them on BH. You can find them anywhere. So yeah, I just want to give this a quick shout out. I really love eye gems. These kind of make a moment, these make a look, and everyone identified me by eye gems and like a heart on my cheek when I first started makeup, because that was just my go-to look. But I adore eye gems. And so yeah, let's keep just moving on. If you want a video of me using my favorite of all of these products, let me know. If you want me to do a video using my most affordable of each product, let me know. Again, I've been at the lowest price spectrum. Never am going to reach the highest price spectrum because I'm just realistic with myself. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will hopefully see you all in another video where I don't look a mess in my pajamas at 1 a.m. Bye. Wait, bye.